Hey guys, Itaewon Sammy, King of Gangnam Sammy, Sri Lanka Sammy. Poolside, just enjoying a beautiful little coconut. So, a lot of my friends are asking me, how long I'm here. Even my cousins are like not fully understanding that I'm retired. I don't want to say retired. I'm semi-retired. I've left Korea. Is it permanent? I'm not 100% sure. 99% sure that yes, it is forever. It is pretty well permanent because of the cost of living. So the reason is that the cost of living in Korea is really, really expensive, as most of you know. I'm spending anywhere from 3 to 4 million a month. Sometimes more if I go out. Like now that I'm not working at the club, I don't socialize that much anymore, and I don't socialize for free. Working at the club, I mean, my social life was free. I didn't pay for drinks, I didn't pay to go out, and I got to socialize. So now I have to plan a night out, pay for things, and etc. I do get service. You guys have seen those videos before where I get service, but still I have to pay for a lot of stuff, and that adds up when you want to go out. But COVID has kind of like reduced that requirement a lot, but still, ordering food because I'm lazy to cook, it adds up. My food bill was ridiculous in January or December and January. So the idea was that I would move to Sri Lanka and cut my costs dramatically. I mean, right now I'm living at my parents' house for short term until I figure things out. I've only been here 3 weeks, but the plan is that I'll get my own place. I mean, I'm not spending that much at home. I think I'm giving my parents like $100 US for food and stuff and electricity, which is more than enough than what they need. I pay for my own internet, my own cell phone, my data plan, etc. like that. I installed fiber internet at the house. I pay for that. I pay for my cell phone and everything, and then I'm going to get insurance. So getting a house here, and I've talked about that before, getting a house here and everything, like my overall monthly expenditure here, once I rent my house and get everything taken care of, should be less than 500,000 won, or about $500 US. That's not a lot of money, considering that the online work I'm doing teaching in Korea is giving me a lot for the short amount of hours that I'm working. I'm working Mondays, Wednesdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm working just a tiny little bit, like 1 or 2 hours. Monday and Wednesday, I'm working about 6 hours the whole day, morning, lunchtime, and evening, which leaves me a lot of free time to do whatever I want in the house. But I can't go out on Mondays and Wednesdays. I got to be in the house, sort of say. I could do it like this, but it's unprofessional. I have everything set up in my room. I got my monitors, my computer, everything set up. So the money that I'm going to be saving is going straight into term deposits. So the term deposits here are paying close to 11 to 15% interest. So if I'm saving $1,000 a month in a year, I have $10,000. I'll be earning $1,000 a year in interest, and then so on and so on. So the goal is that I should be getting to about $150,000. That will cover my expenses, plus put more into savings to account for inflation and increases or whatever, vacations and stuff like that. I'm already planning a vacation in November to go to Thailand to meet some friends from Korea. So we're going to meet halfway, right? Next year in February, I'm having planning on friends coming here. So, got to save up for those. But in the end, taking care of myself is going to be the number one thing. I don't have to take care of my family. I just need to, cover my expenses and then save a little bit on top of that, which is what I'm doing. How did I do it? Well, as most of you know, 13 years in South Korea has given me a very big reference list or resume per se. So, you know, working for an online company is very easy because I have a good resume with them. So the jobs I'm getting and the work I'm doing, I'm rebuilding my brand because I just started doing online in January. I haven't told them that I've moved here. They don't need to know. I'm of the opinion that it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. As long as my quality of work stays up and the internet connection stays up, it will never be a problem. The only issue I'm having is in the time difference, because it's 3.5 hours. So a 7 a.m. till 11 a.m. class that I have on Mondays and Wednesdays is, 4 a.m. for me. But, I mean, here it really can't stay out late anyways. There's really nothing to do. And because of the power cuts and everything that we're having currently, those happen in the evening. So, you just go to bed. I'm in bed by 7 or 8 p.m., and then I take a nap in the afternoon, which is really nice. I love it. The power cut happens around 2 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon. That's my nap time. I take a nap. Oh, it's so great. And, it doesn't hurt that I'm with my parents. I haven't seen them in 3 years. And, taking care of them, emotionally, is really something that I really want to do. I haven't seen them in so long, and I haven't lived with them in 30 years. So, yeah, I think that that's a good thing. Reconnect with them. Reconnect with my culture, my history here, with my extended family, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, and stuff like that. People I haven't seen. So I'm planning a big get together with my cousins next week as a holiday here. So we're going to do that. Yeah, so what am I going to do? I'm going to try to live. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to see what it is that I can accomplish here. Oh, fresh coconut water. I'm a pretty simple person. I don't need a lot. But as what's some of you may know, I have a few Korean friends who have been interested in doing some business here. I'm going to take it slow. There's no reason for me to rush. Currently, financially, I'm set for, if I never work, 5 years. I can live here for 5 years if I never work. But I'm working, and my monthly expenses are more than covered. Even purchasing furniture, I got to purchase a motorcycle. Even with those expenses, I'm more than covered for at least 5 years, if not longer, from what I saved in Korea. I've set up bank accounts, transferring money in, even with the financial crisis. Like I said in my previous video, even with the financial crisis, the money coming into Sri Lanka is buying me a lot of local currency, which is really good right now. Unfortunately, other than the initial money cash that I brought, everything now has to go through the bank, which doesn't give that much of a positive exchange. For example, the bank is giving me 205 rupees for each US dollar. The finance companies and the money exchangers were giving me 235 rupees. So, approximately 30 rupees more. The money that I brought with me, the cash, I brought about 5,000 cash. I left the rest of it in Sri Lanka, in Korea, and I got about 1,000 US dollars more by going to the money changer, which is perfectly legal. There's nothing illegal about it. It's just that they want to hold those US dollars because they're not available from the banks. The banks are holding on, and the government is holding on because of the financial crisis. So again, when you hear the news about the situation here in the country, it's not an issue for me specifically because of the fact that I am importing money. And when I import money and I put it into the bank and I earn 10, 13, 15% interest, that's what I'm going to live off of. So, yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to relax and take it slow, very, very slow. There's no rush to get things done here. I'm secure in where I live right now. Everything's set up for me right now. My parents are actually probably going back to Canada in May and June for a visit. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just stay in my parents' house, save up my money, and then work a deal with a landlord in June or July at the height of slow season, because right now it's the end of the high season here for tourism. The hotel I'm at is just full of East Europeans, predominantly Russian, and British, Germans as well. So the hotel next door was also full of East Europeans. So once the tourist season ends, then the housing prices come down, because a lot of the rentals that I'm looking at in this area, and I also talked with the manager here, I got his name and his number, and he told me today, because I texted him a little while ago, asking if he knows any locals renting long term, and he said there are a few places and he has a contact that's going to get a hold of me. And the reality is if I wait until the summer season is over, the holiday season is over, so in the next couple months, I can probably negotiate a better deal, because the unknown of whether tourism is going to return. So that is going to be a thing where I can, like, say, walk up to the guy and say, listen, here's 1 year's rent in advance. Give me a discount. Give me a good discount. And I'm telling you, the cost of living here, a house or apartment with a maid, cook, electricity, gas, food, healthcare, everything except for my transportation costs and entertainment costs, including my food, will cost me less than $500 US a month. About 500, 600,000 won. And I'm earning way more than that per month. So I'm looking forward to it. Any questions, comments, concerns? I really appreciate everyone following me here to Sri Lanka, to my retirement. Itaewon Semi, living the island life. Sri Lanka Semi, I'm out.